Hi Indonesia, apa kabar? This is Laufey. I'm here with TikTok Music on Behind the Music to talk about my new song, Bewitched, which you can listen to right now on TikTok Music. Well, Bewitched is, first of all, thank you so much for having me. Bewitched is it's a love song. To me, it's a story about just the perfect date, and it's that moment where you're just getting caught up in the night, and it feels like the world is freezing around you, and you want to put that feeling in a jar. That's kind of what Bewitched is about to me. It was this moment where I was like, oh my god, am I falling in love? But it just felt bewitching. It felt like someone had cast a spell on me, and that is what the song is about. Fans can expect magic. That's the best way to put it. My upcoming album, Bewitched, it's a love album. My first album was kind of about, never having been in love before, like moving out of my childhood home, kind of like the general confusion of becoming 20-something. And this one is a little bit more mature. It's musically, lyrically more mature. I've also just matured as a woman, so I think, you're kind of, these songs are still my personal stories, so it's kind of following along with me becoming more of an adult, I guess. And musically, I think it's growing, but it's nothing too different, not too much of a shock. I think what I've really leaned into with this album is the classical and the jazzy sounds, the music that means the most to me. It's all the instruments are recorded live. There's no synthesizers or drum machines or anything. My first impression of Indonesia was just, I think I was almost shocked that it was there and that I didn't know that much about it. It's like, I think, especially now that I've been touring more, it's like when I go to a new city like that I maybe didn't hear that many stories about, and see all these people and this rich culture that exists there, and all these fans as well. It's like, I was like, why didn't I know more about this before? And yeah, everyone was so warm, and it was so, it was shocking to me how many people there were that coming to the concert and singing along to the lyrics, and how much love and appreciation for music that they had. It was beautiful. Well, my mother is a classical violinist, and her parents were also classical musicians, so I grew up playing classical music. That was kind of everything to me. I started playing piano and then cello, and that's definitely informed me a lot and taught me, a large majority of what I know about music, and it's definitely one of the reasons that I'm able to do it today. I listened to a lot of jazz music also growing up. My dad loved jazz music, and watched a lot of these golden age Hollywood movies, which I think when I started singing, I immediately started singing songs from those movies and jazz standards. So it was a mix of jazz and classical that really informs me musically. And I think I was so lucky to be born into a family where it was second nature. But, my peers never really got that opportunity. And I think, the barrier to entry to enjoy classical music or jazz music is so high, at least in a live capacity. It's going to the symphony is expensive. Going to a jazz club, you often have to be of drinking age. In the States, you have to be 21. So it's it kind of has created this world of it being something that's not very accessible for young people, and I've always just wanted to make it something that was accessible, and now with TikTok and streaming, it is becoming increasingly accessible. So I feel like I'm just coming at a lucky time. I think I just write about what I'm feeling in the moment, and write about you know, how I experience life and love. And yeah, I mean, hopeless romanticism is definitely a part of it. I think hopeless romanticism is just, you know, this sense for wanderlust and it being able to like romanticize little things in life, you know, turn something. Hopeless romanticism is seeing something bad in kind of a good light. That's what I think hopeless romanticism is. Like, you know, looking at a dead flower and seeing some sort of beauty in that. I think to the core, that's hopeless romanticism. So I think I definitely have that, and I think a lot of my fans do that too. You know, we see a rainy day and we think, instead of being like, ah, no, my hair's gonna get wet and it's gonna be, you know, just sucky driving to this place or whatever, in my head I'm like, ooh, like, that's so cozy, I'm gonna sit down with a book and a cup of tea. And I think my fans also possess that. So hopeless romanticism is that to the core, just romanticizing something that isn't necessarily the best, the most positive situation. Yeah. I think that's why everyone's so nice in my all my fans are so nice. I think we're all like quite positive people in that way. Yeah, so many. I mean, so many more orchestras that I want to work with around the world. I think every orchestra has kind of like a different sound and a different story, and so they carry the music differently. I think yeah, I mean, I really want to work with Norah Jones because she's like one of my living jazz idols. Taylor Swift, I really want to collab with her sometime, which is a very far sought one. And she is like one of my biggest songwriting inspirations growing up. Awesome. I listened to jazz, classical, and Taylor Swift. I kind of like the lyric, what's this new desire called? I didn't know that much at all about love, but now I'm learning. Simply because it's kind of tying back to my last album, and it kind of shows that growth throughout the title tracks of, you know, now I'm starting to learn a bit about love. Oh. A lot of music. I'm definitely on like classical music talk. Definitely on Taylor talk. A lot of Taylor Swift content. I'm definitely on Laufey talk too, because I get a lot of like fan edits and like people reacting to my music, which is so fun. Every time I see one, I'm like watching it and then I see my name pop up and I'm like, like I always get surprised that people are making videos about me. What else? Oh, a lot of like ducks and bunnies and fluffy animals and some funny stuff too. Like bad at driving humor, I'm definitely somewhere there. Like people freaking out about going on the highway or needing to get an oil change because I'm not a very good driver. Well, I get scared of driving. Stuff like that. Oh, and then a lot of like restaurant and coffee shop recommendations. Oh, there was a really cute one. Like, oh, there's so many. That's so hard to choose. But one that does stick out was 2 days ago. I saw one, and it was a duck walking down the street, and the caption was like, me walking down the street, pretending not to like be listening to Laufey. Or like trying not to like fall apart while listening to Laufey. I thought that was really funny. It was really cute. Thank you, Indonesia, for joining me on Behind the Music. You can listen to my latest song, Bewitched, and all my songs right now on TikTok Music. I can't wait to see you again soon. Terima kasih. You're not even gone. I already